So let's talk about building a world-class sales culture. Who's interested in a world-class sales culture? This is what it looks like. Man, when you have a world-class sales culture, man, people are they're having fun, they're vibrant, they're excited, they're making money, they're influencing people, they're touching people's lives, they're excited, they want to go to another level, they always want to learn, grow, have fun. But for me, it wasn't always this story. See, I started out my mom's taco truck in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now that picture was 1993. How many of you were even born in 1993? Only a couple people, that's cool. So we started, I love my mom, and by the way, so my mom's 100% Mexican, my dad's 100% Polish. And everyone thinks I'm Italian. I'm like, no, I'm not Italian. I'm not Italian. Tony's not Italian. And I remember my mom growing up because she worked as a secretary for Wisconsin Electric. And, middle class, 2 older sisters, younger brother. We grew up in a 900 square foot home. And mom and dad just worked their butts off to try to give us the best life they possibly could give us. And let me tell you something. There was a lot of love, and it was an amazing life. And I just remember my mom one day, she's just like, I need to figure something out. I want to do more. I want to, provide for the family, and I want to start a business. And I'm like, what are you going to do, Mom? And all of a sudden, one day, she came home with an old Snap-on tool truck. And she's like, we're going to convert this. Now, this is in the 80s, before anyone had a food truck. It was us in the hot dog cart. That was it. And by the way, I'm driving around Provo yesterday. I see all these food trucks. I think it's all absolutely incredible because I love them. But so mom's like, we're going to create a taco truck. And we're going to put windows all around this thing. We're going to call it Tacos on Wheels. The sombrero will be the logo. And we're going to go down to the bars in Milwaukee, Wisconsin and set up, because what I found out at that age, I was probably only 15, 16 years old because I was working the window, is that alcohol and Mexican food equals buku cash. You know what I mean? Buku cash. And we would do that. We would set up at the bars at 10 o'clock at night, and we'd sell tacos, burritos, nachos till 3, 4 in the morning. And we hustled, and that's what we did. And I love that because my mom taught me how to fight. My mom taught me that there's more to life than settling. My mom taught me that you can do whatever you want. My mom taught me that you can grow. You can go figure it out. You can go make it happen. You can scale. You can do anything you want to do, Tony. And I loved watching her do that. And what happened was we retired the taco truck, and we got into network marketing as a family. My oldest sister, my mom, and me, and we started doing this thing. So I was 19 years old, and I was in a room, and I was blown away because I had a chance to be around professionals. They were dressed nice. All the women were beautiful, and I was just I was listening to this business, and I was getting so fired up about the business because I'm like, man, I can do this. Wow. I could really make as much money as I wanted. Wow, I could travel the world. Man, I could build a team. Wow, I could go out and get good at some skill sets and really scale to as big as I want to scale. And I got fired up. Anybody else get fired up coming out of an event before? And then I didn't understand all the work. I didn't understand the people skills you needed. I didn't understand the leadership skills, the communication skills. How was I going to find people? How was I going to get people to say yes? How was I going to get people to do this thing? And I just remember going, you know what? I got to get better. I got to grow. And I remember back then we would have events like this every weekend, and they'd be in all different parts of the country. So at the time, I was working out of a Chicago office, but there was events like in Iowa, California, Baltimore, Florida, and every weekend, I'd get into a van back then with about 8 other people, and we would drive, and we'd go to a 3-day seminar back then. And we would get there on Friday, we would leave on Sunday night and drive all the way back home so we'd get to the office on Monday and start doing the deal. And I just remember doing that week in and week out. And I just remember going, man, I'm getting better at this. Wow, I know how to find people now. Wow, I know how to close sales. Wow, I know how to build teams. Wow, I know how to present. And I got so fired up because I'm like, this is what I needed. This has been the missing piece of my life. And today, I've kept as many tags as I could keep, but I've probably been to, since 1991, probably over 500 events just like this, from the biggest brands in the world to people just coming up and, putting an event together where you're around people, you're getting to know people, and you're working on skill sets. And why is this important? Because one thing I want to start with is you got to be the rock for your business, no matter what that business is. You got to be unshakable. You got to be unmovable. You got to be the one where people stick to your strength like crazy. They're just like, man, you know what? You're going places. Nothing unfazes you. Phases you. Like you're taking it to another level. Because it's kind of like this. It's like you're swimming upstream. When you're doing business, when you're out there creating sales, when you're building teams and your brand's out there and you're just putting yourself out there, you're swimming upstream and you got to be solid. You got to be strong. People are watching you. People are going, man, what does it look like? Are they strong? Are they going to leave this thing in a week, in a month, in a year? Are they going to keep doing it? And they're going to test you. One of the biggest tests I got early on in my career was people wanted to know I was in. People wanted to know that I was going to move no matter what. People wanted to know if they said something to me, I wasn't going to fall apart and just go away, that I would figure it out and keep going. And the personal development and growing you is probably the best and most important thing you can do. Now, I want to touch on this really quick because it's super important. If you wouldn't mind putting this slide up for me, is that it's really, really important, and you get this, is to be careful where you allow your story to keep you. What do I mean by that? We are storytellers. We tell stories every day, all the time, nonstop. And we tell stories about our ex. We tell stories about the car accident. We tell a story about how our team got rated. We tell stories about how this sales company took my salespeople and ruined my whole business. We tell stories about how no one wants to join, no one wants to buy, no one wants to follow me. We tell stories about how our videos suck. We tell stories about how social media is doing us wrong and why can't I create it right because everyone else is creating it. Why can't I figure it out? And we tell these stories, and we keep telling these stories, and these stories are lies. It becomes our identity, it becomes our brand, and all of a sudden we're like, what the heck just happened? Your story needs to be about expansion. Your story needs to be about growth, new growth. Your story needs to be about you moving in the positive direction, the right direction. Your story needs to be about doing bigger things with bigger people. Like the biggest thing I can tell you with this is that if you don't catch this, you will push everybody away from you. Not only will you push everybody away from you, but your sales won't be what they need to be, your team won't be what it should be, and you'll be going, why in the heck can I get this to work? So just remember what's coming out of your mouth. Remember what you're saying to people, okay? Now, first thing with building a world-class culture in a sales team is you got to be the example. What do I mean by that? You got to earn the respect of your team every single day. You got to earn your sales title every single day. You know those awards they gave you for top producer last year, and those awards they gave you for winning all the trips, and those awards they gave you? You got to earn those awards every single day. You've got to lead out. The number one rule in leadership is you have to show up. You have to show out. You've got to shine. You got to be bright. It doesn't matter. Like, this is everything. People are watching you. I watch people tell people, and I did this for years until I figured it out. You got to go do this. Why aren't you doing that? Sales are down. The team's falling apart. The culture stinks. No one's showing up. No one's moving. Guess what? You're not doing anything. So why are they going to do something when you're not leading out first? You're not showing up first. It starts with you. So be the example. Earn the respect every day. It's like Sarah. I love her to death. We took some vows 18 years ago. But I got to earn her marriage, and I got to earn those vows every single day. My friendships, my relationships, I've got to earn those every single day. My peers, the ones I respect, the ones I love, I've got to earn their respect every single day. When you don't push it off on people, when you don't push it off on your team, and you start taking personal responsibility, you start owning it, no more blaming. You start looking in the mirror and go, you know what? Step up, show up, be bigger. Why are you being scared? Stop telling yourself all those lies. It's all bull crap. You know, you got all this stuff in your head, and it's all lies. And the higher you play in this game, the more lies you're going to tell yourself. So you got to catch that. Second thing is a right now culture. You've got to beat this into the team, into your culture on a daily basis. We make that call right now. We go knock on that door right now. We go have that conversation right now. We go do that video right now. We go do that presentation right now. Let's do a Zoom right now. We don't have to wait till tomorrow. Let's do it right now. You want to? We've been talking about having a call with, Super 8 prospect for the last week. I want to do that call right now. Well, he's not around. So what? Let's call him right now. Let's leave a message for him. You got to have a right now culture. It's got to be right now. And you've got to pound this repetitive into the team nonstop. Now, 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 now. We lean into this thing. We don't wait. We go for it. Because all it is fear. All it is we procrastinate. We push it off. I was so good at this kind of stuff. But when it came down to it, it was me not wanting to do it. Once you can create this, I'll tell you what. You have more leads. Your team has more leads. You have more people with stories, more people winning. You have more people just vibrant, on fire, more people excited to, go talk to people on the chicken list, go have those conversations. Because the more you do this stuff, it just becomes more easy. Would you agree with that? But it's having that right now culture. You got to be a catalyst for growth. It starts with you. I love collaboration today. And I love this room because there's some smart people in this room, from real estate, to all different types of businesses. And we've got to collaborate more. We've collaborated more the last 2 years than we've done the last 20 years in our business, and our numbers show it, and our growth shows it, and our scale shows it, and our wins show it. And the people that are starting and having a ton of success, it shows us. The days of, no, you can't talk to them. Oh, no, get away from them. Forget that scarcity mindset. You've got to bring in the right people, good character, good values, track record, results, right? You check those boxes, but if they check those boxes, bring them in. If you feel they can add value, if you feel that they can move your business, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to bring somebody in, have them get in and do the deal and move that so much further than it would take a year or 2 years to do? And it happens in 90 days. Right? Creating, wins, getting your people known, introduce your people more today. I love taking people and getting them known. How do you get people known? Maybe you do a video with them, right? Justin talked about doing a video today. You guys are killing it. I saw it through the curtains. You guys are doing your thing in your video. Maybe do a video with somebody. That's how you get them known. Oh my God, meet so-and-so. There's their story. This is what they're doing. Right? Here's what's going to happen the next 30, 60, 90 days with them. Oh my God, you got to hear this. It's going to move you. It's going to inspire you. And they tell their story. Get them known. Introduce them to the people in your company. Introduce them to the corporate people. Introduce them to sidelines, cross lines. But get your people known. It's really good for them to go, oh my gosh, I just met the CEO. Oh my gosh, I've watched his videos for years. And thank you for letting us have a conversation for a couple minutes. You have no idea what it's done for me. You have no idea how good I feel. You don't know any idea how much confidence I have right now and how much belief I have, right? So collaboration's everything. You got to bring the fun. Bringing the fun is so, so important. How many like to have fun in here? Yeah, I keep looking at Amy because, man, when I think of fun, I think of Amy Gleave, Amy Sparkle Gleave, right? Amy, I love Amy because she loves to have fun, right? But there's so many people in our teams when you're creating culture that they're going to stick around with you forever if you have fun, if you have that component. If you keep them and honor them and treat them just like the person maybe that's producing all the sales every single month, that's always in the top 10. But you've got to look at that and go, you know what? Where does my business rate? So if you were to go back and say, okay, let me look at my business today. Tony talked about earning the respect of the team every single day. 1 to 10, where am I? Right? Next thing, being a catalyst for growth, right? Where am I? Next thing, bringing the fun. Where am I? We have fun. We do crazy stuff. Toilet paper rooms, toilet paper each other. Like, we're always doing crazy things. Pranking people, calling Justin Prince at 3:30 in the morning, waking him up, when he's got an early flight. Just kidding. But doing great things like that, right? You got to have fun. If you're having fun, guess what's going to happen? your business is going to thrive. Your culture is going to thrive. People are going to be wanting to stick to you like crazy. Crafting a compelling vision, right? This is everything. Without a vision, it isn't going to work. Without a vision, it won't grow. Without a vision, it'll be stale. Without a vision, sales won't be what they should be. Without a vision, just nothing's going to happen. So you got to look at your business. You got to look at your team. You got to look at your life. It's your business. It's super, super important. Until there's a vision for your business, there is a limit. Let me say that again. There is a limit to what it's going to do. And it ain't going to be a lot if there's no vision for your business. And your business, what does it look like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? What does it look like in 90 days? What does the growth look like? What are the results? What's the recognition going to be? What are the events that you're going to do? What's all the cool trips, the incentives, the promotions, all those different kind of things? What does it look like for your business? What does it look like in a year? How is it different in 2 years? Where is it in 5 years? Like, you've got to have this, and it needs to be big. People need to be saying to you, you know what? Your vision is so big, so outrageous. Like, what the heck? Like, that vision is so crazy. Has anybody told you your vision is crazy? A couple of you? If no one's ever told you your vision is crazy, it's not big enough. It should be so outrageous. It should be so crazy. It should be so nuts, right? So think about what that looks like for your team. This is everything. What does it look like for your team? All the different things you can do, promotions, events, challenges, incentives, inclusive community, right? What are those things? What is your vision? And this is something that you need to take one of those journal books. I love journal books because I'm always journaling. I'm always writing. I think more people need to write today. More people need to journal today. More people need to take stuff from here, put it on paper, from here, put it on paper. Like, the thing I would tell you is to take a notebook, a journal book, and just start writing what your vision looks like. You know what I mean? And people say, well, I don't know where to start. Start somewhere. Just talk about what you want, what you see in the future, what you see with the people that you're working with, what you want to create, what that looks like. And just start writing and just start. It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be a certain way. I started by filling up notebooks just of what my future wanted to look like in my business, with my team, in my life. And I just went and went and went. Ask your team, how many lives are we touching? With our product, with our service, who are we touching? How many lives are we touching? You know what I mean? What's the impact we're making in the world together? How many countries do we want to be in? How many different languages do we want on our team? We want our team to look like the world? I mean, how many different places you want to fly to? Where you want to go? How fast you want to go? Your life. This was a big thing for me, because I knew this. I knew that it wasn't just about making money, because I looked probably at my physical life a couple years ago, and I was 40, 50 pounds overweight. And I let that part of my life go. And I used every excuse and justified every way I could justify. But you know what? I was weak. You know what I mean? And I had to look at, okay, physically, what do I want to do? In the last 2 years now, I think 38 pounds are gone. You know what I mean? Feels great. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow. Holy cow. Sometimes I go bowling with the kids, and I use like a 15-pound ball, right? The bowl or whatever it is. And I'm thinking to myself the other day when I was doing that, I'm like, oh my gosh, 38 pounds gone. And I'm feeling a 15-pound bowling ball. I'm just like, wow, that's pretty amazing, right? I'd almost be at 3 of these things. Pretty cool stuff. But mentally, financially, spiritually, right? Where do you want to be in your life, socially, right? You just want to check all these boxes. I think if you can check all these boxes, man, you can live one incredible life. One of my favorite quotes by Warren Buffett. Someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago, and this is a room that's going to plant trees. This is a room that's going to plant more trees, in my opinion, than anybody else. And we're really, really powerful people, and we can get caught off guard pretty quick. I'm going to explain what I mean. I went into a period of my life where I got pulled in, but let me be very clear on something. I walked into it. No one forced me there. And I got pulled in with an association, a group of people that used cocaine a lot, that drank, that ran at a really high level, made a lot of money, but their other life was a disaster. And I went to a period where I thought I could handle the drugs. I thought I could handle the booze. I thought I could handle everything I was going through at that moment, at that time. And what I found out was that I couldn't. And I remember that day when I fell off a 3-story balcony and was coming in and out of consciousness in this room at the UC Davis Medical Center in Sacramento, California, and I was literally fighting for my life. At the time, I wasn't married, I didn't have any kids, and as my body was shutting down and I was trying to stay alive, you try to stay alive and live another day. And I was in ICU going through this. And the saddest part that hit me when I first could understand what was really going on and what had really happened was, one, no one knew I was there. Mom and Dad didn't know I was there. My sisters didn't know I was there. My brother didn't know I was there. None of my family knew I was there. No one knew I was there. So if I was to die that week, I would have died by myself. They couldn't find a wallet on me. I had no identification. They kept trying to ask me who I was and my name and stuff like that, and I couldn't get it out. But no one knew I was there. And I was like 27 years old at the time. And I had wasted my life. I had done nothing of value. I had done nothing of contribution. My legacy would have been I paid the bills. That's what my legacy would have been. And I wasn't even doing that right. And I begged for my life that week. And I begged to get out of that hospital bed. And I begged to walk again. And I begged to put all the bandages on my arm and on my legs and, just let me get out of here so I can go and do it right this time. So I can go and do it right and have an amazing life and bless a lot of people. And all I thought about is, wow, did I waste this life? I had so much regret. I had so much guilt. I had so much shame. I felt such a loser because I knew that I just existed and I gave no value, and I let some people influence me, and it led me to this moment. Well, by the grace of God, I got out of that room, and I got out of that bed. And shortly after that, I met my wife, Sarah Zolecki. Shortly after that, I had 2 kids, Hudson and Ava. Shortly after that, we get a chance to meet Justin, and we get a chance to launch and start a business together in 2013. And now, it's probably 100,000 people all over the world, 2 million customers, and, a business that we're super blessed and grateful, and you're never going to do that without an amazing team. It's got nothing to do with us. And I'm so thankful that I got a second chance. I'm so thankful that I was able to walk out of that hospital room. I'm so thankful that I started flying straight and telling my story and helping other people and impacting and serving and really having a legacy that people are proud of and they can talk about and they can share and they can go out and do great things about. And that's what this is all about. And if you don't find a mentor that's going to push you and be real with you and really challenge you, you're never going to go to another level. And that mentor for me has been Justin Prince. He has been the one that's always loved me no matter what. And he's been the one that's always said, hey, you know what? You can do more. You can do better. You're playing small. You can scale this thing way bigger, Tony. You can go to a whole nother level. When are you going to make that decision? And all of you get a chance to be in his world, and all of you get a chance to do great things with him. So as I close up, I'll tell you this. You're more powerful than you think. All the lies that you tell yourself, they're just lies. And the bigger you play in life, the more lies you're going to tell yourself. So you got to watch that. Be careful where your story keeps you every single day. Be careful what words are coming out of your mouth. Replace those with growth, expansion, leadership, impact, serving, going big, and just doing things that you were meant to do. And go be you. There's no one on this earth just like you. Do you know that? You're special. You have gifts no one has. You're going to have dreams no one has, just like the dreams you have. And you've got to go and execute that. And you have it inside to do it. I'm here to help you do that, and I know Justin's here to help you do it too. Thank you, everybody. God bless you.